Block 1. The Unsung Architect of the Cosmos. Welcome, truth seekers, to a story that will challenge everything you think you know about scientific glory and the price of genius. Today, we delve into one of history's most shocking and profound injustices, a tale of a mind that reached across galaxies only to be held down by the petty prejudices of her time. Imagine for a moment that you dedicate your entire life to a single monumental puzzle. You spend countless hours sacrificing personal comfort and recognition to unravel the deepest mysteries of existence. You succeed. You crack the code, revealing a truth so fundamental it reshapes humanity's place in the universe. Now, what is the reward for such a paradigm-shattering contribution? A Nobel Prize? A place of honor in the annals of history? How about 30 cents an hour? It sounds like a cruel joke, doesn't it? A punchline to a story that should have been an epic. But this isn't fiction. We are talking about a real woman, a brilliant architect of cosmic understanding whose intellect pierced the veil of the night sky. She saw not just stars, but the very language they were speaking. While her male colleagues were celebrated for their interpretations, she was the one doing the foundational work, the meticulous, brain-breaking labor of deciphering the raw data of the cosmos. Her genius was valued at a rate that, even for her era, was astonishingly low, a wage that barely covered the cost of living. This isn't just a story about a forgotten scientist. It's a glaring indictment of a system that has consistently undervalued and erased the contributions of its most brilliant minds, especially when those minds belong to women. To truly grasp the magnitude of this injustice, we must first understand the world she inhabited. Picture the early 20th century. Astronomy was a field of gentlemen scholars. Grand observatories were being built, and powerful telescopes were collecting unprecedented amounts of data. This data, however, didn't analyze itself. It arrived in the form of thousands of glass photographic plates, each one a static black and white snapshot of a tiny patch of the heavens. On these plates were countless tiny dots, each one a star, a nebula, or a distant galaxy. The task of analyzing them was considered tedious, repetitive, and beneath the great male astronomers of the day. It was seen as clerical work, and so it was outsourced to women. They were called computers, human computers, and they were paid a pittance for their painstaking labor. But within this group of overlooked women was a mind that saw more than just dots. Where others saw a chore, she saw a cosmic tapestry waiting to be read. She wasn't just counting and cataloging, she was searching for patterns, for the hidden rhythm of the universe. Think of it like this. Imagine being handed thousands of pages of encrypted text with no key. Everyone else is simply tasked with counting the frequency of each letter. But you realize that certain symbols appear in a predictable, repeating sequence. You realize you found a cipher, a key that could unlock the entire message. That is what she did, but her text was the light from distant stars. She discovered a fundamental relationship, a cosmic yardstick that allowed humanity for the first time to accurately measure the vast, terrifying distances between galaxies. Her discovery was the bedrock upon which much of modern astronomy was built. It allowed Edwin Hubble to confirm that the universe was expanding. It laid the groundwork for our understanding of the scale of the cosmos, of the Big Bang, and of our own tiny place within it all. It was, without exaggeration, one of the most important breakthroughs in the history of science. And her reward? 30 cents an hour. Let that sink in. The key to understanding the sheer scale of reality, the intellectual labor that unlocked the universe's biggest secret, was valued less than the cost of a new pair of shoes. It was a wage that cemented her status not as a scientist, but a skilled laborer, a human cog in a machine driven by men who would take the credit and the glory. Her name was often relegated to a footnote, or worse, omitted entirely from the very papers that relied on her discovery. This is the anatomy of erasure. It isn't a single dramatic act, but a slow, systemic chipping away at a person's legacy, a death by 1,000 paper cuts of institutional condescension. Her story is a stark and powerful reminder that genius is not always recognized or rewarded, especially when it challenges the established order. It forces us to ask uncomfortable questions about who gets to write history and whose contributions are deemed worthy of remembering. The truth she unveiled continues to shape our world and our understanding of everything, a silent, monumental legacy built on a foundation of profound disrespect. Her work screams across the cosmos, a testament to a mind that couldn't be contained, even when the world tried to put it in a box and label it with a price tag worth less than loose change. This narrative isn't just a historical footnote. It's a mirror reflecting the ongoing struggle for recognition faced by countless pioneers. It is our duty to pull these stories from the shadows and place them in the spotlight where they have always belonged. What do you think is the single greatest injustice in the history of science? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more untold stories, and we'll see you in the next one.